we all doing, guys? Hope you're all well. Welcome to the Sunday sit back. You know where it's at on a Sunday. And another weekend of football. Spurs get a draw at Anfield. Who'd have thought that, eh? Who'd have thought that? I was really disappointed with Liverpool today, to be honest. Not because I just wanted Spurs to lose. I was just disappointed with Liverpool, if I'm going to be brutally honest with you. They was just... not playing like champions, But it's been a great weekend. West Ham, Irons. Who'd have thought, eh? Who'd have thought? Well, I had an idea. I had a feeling. I think I said it the other day that I believe that West Ham may get something from that game. A point. I could see it being a draw. And there it was, a draw. And big up to West Ham for getting the draw, which pretty much hands us the title. I cannot see Arsenal losing the league from here. It would take, even Arteta surely cannot lose the league from here. I would say that we've got one hand firmly on the title race right now. But big up to everyone that's in. Big up DJB. Thank you very much. Good evening to everyone. Big up to you, Kawaja. Absolute legend. Smash the likes and everything. Gavin, as always, big up to you, my friend. Big up to you. Always. Hope we face either West Ham United or Leeds United in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley on the 25th of April. Listen, FA Cup semi-finals, Kawaja, they're never an easy affair. West Ham and Leeds will be difficult. The teams that you play in the semi-final, the ones that are nailed on, that you think, this is done. I'm glad we got them. Yeah, they'd be easier than City and Chelsea. But at the end of the day, they're still going to be really, really tough opposition. So they're a one-off. Now it's at Wembley, the semi-final. They're just a one-off occasion. But yeah, given the choice, you'd have West Ham or Leeds. We've got to get through Southampton first. Evening, Aussie Ange. Hope you're well. Evening, DJB. Congratulations on the result. Please don't blow the lead as much as I don't like Arsenal. Seeing City, Liverpool win it for the 8 years is boring. Time for new winner, please. Aussie Ange, I don't think we're going to blow it from now on, my friend. I can't see that happening. I really, really can't see that happening. Big up to everyone in the mood. Can you imagine Andre Berta bringing in Harry Maguire on a free this summer? Oh, dear. Do you know what? I'd take him as a squad player, Harry Maguire, for his experience. He's playing well again, isn't he? For Man United. He's playing well again. So he wouldn't be a bad player to have in your squad, if I'm going to be honest with you. His experience, especially if we go into next season as champions. So it wouldn't be the worst card that's been dealt. But given the choice, no. But if we did end up with him, don't know. Evening to you, Guna SC. 5 likes so far. Keep smashing them. Big up to you, Martin Tapp, as always, brother. Well, welcome. Hope you're well. Martin Tapp, as always. Tappy on Instagram. Look, looks to Kawaja's he's got all bases covered, people. Got all bases covered. Still you music. Hope you're well, my friend. Welcome to the community. Big up DJB in the chat. Big up to yourself, brother. Big up to yourself. Lynch, very disappointed with Liverpool. I was, Lynch. I was absolutely disappointed with them. I thought they were lackluster. I thought they kind of get in the final third and run out of ideas. They don't quite know what to do with it, Wirtz looks tidy on the ball, but he don't really open things up and create anything. I thought starting with Gakpo up front today was a mistake. I think he should have started with Etatike from the start, to be honest. And I would have started with Salah from the start because I thought Salah looked quite dangerous when he came on. I thought it played into Spurs' hands because Spurs were weakened anyway. So I don't understand it. Perhaps he's got midweek. Perhaps he's got Galatasaray on his mind. I get that. I do get that. But yeah, we'll see. Come on, you Gunners. Yeah, absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Big up DJB. Absolutely delighted with Saturday. Listen, if you're an Arsenal fan, you've got to be happy with Saturday's results. You've got to be happy with Saturday's results. I mean, let's talk the Arsenal-Everton game. I mean, I know there's been lots of already been spoken about it, but we haven't spoken about it, people. We haven't spoken about it. For 75 minutes, it weren't really happening, was it? Let's be fair. 75 wasn't really going anywhere, wasn't happening. 0-0 written all over it. I thought Everton was worthy of their first half performance. I thought they were unlucky not to go in winning, to be honest. They had the chances. Unbelievable clearance by Calafiori. I think he just stuck his leg out and hoped for the best. And it worked and it came off and it looked brilliant. But I thought Everton probably, if Everton had gone in 1-0 up, it probably would have been a surprise, to be honest. So big up to Everton. Came out in the second half, Everton. They was a little bit flatter than they were the first half, but still looked quite dangerous. And we was finding it difficult. Saka wasn't on it. Saka was pretty awful again. You know, he's just lost it. He's lost it. He's just hasn't got that kind of special ingredients now, has he, that what he used to have, you know. The left-hand side, again, was doing its usual kind of crazy stuff. There wasn't a lot of creativity. Eze tried to get on the ball. He was having a few shots here and there. But nothing was really working. Nothing was really happening. You know, it was a bit hit and miss. I like that Garner. I do like Garner. I like that Ndai. I like him, and I like Dwight McNeil as well. I think Everton have got some really tidy players, and they was probing and they was kind of looking naughty against us. So it wasn't going too good. And then on comes Max 16 to the rescue. Our new Starboy comes on, changes the game, completely changes the game. He's more direct. He's more positive. He gets balls in early. He picks out a pass. Players can't pick him up. And he creates all sorts of problems. Yeah, whips in the cross. Pickford fluffs his lines, gets it all wrong, hits Hincapié, hits him. Hincapié don't know nothing about it really. Hits him and Gyökeres puts it in the back of the net. Up until then, Gyökeres had about 2 or 3 touches and fluffed them. I think he tried to lay it back on one of the passes and played it straight to an Everton player. He miscontrolled a couple of touches. Other than that, he didn't do anything, but he scores a goal. And that's all we've bought him for. And I said this, if he scores a goal and does nothing else, I'm happy. I'm happy. So comes on, scores the goal, and then right at the end, it's party time, innit? Yeah, it's party time. Everton push up to try and get the equaliser. Pickford goes up, ball comes out. Martinelli closes his eyes and gets his head on it. And then Dowman does the rest, and it's probably one of the best highlights in Emirates era. So big up to Max Dowman, man. He's an absolute baller. He's an absolute baller, and we've got him. We've got him at Arsenal at the moment. But big up to every single one that's in. If United sign quality this summer, they will have a decent squad. Lynch, Man United are a sleeping giant. Been saying it for absolute ages, weeks and weeks and weeks. Man United are a sleeping giant. If Man United get their act together, it's a problem. It's a problem. It is a problem. Waha, big up to you. Good evening, my friend. Hope you're well. Lux video as well. Big up Lux as well, my friend, as always. Yeah, we had a good members little stream. Good little members stream before we went live tonight. So big up all my members that came over to that as well. And Lux joined me as well. Big up to you, Lux. Major big ups to Lux. And big up, Lux. Good. Yeah, big up, my friend. Hi, Gavin. Fantastic result and big up Dowman despite the poor performance, but we've got to focus on Tuesday last 16, the cup final on Sunday. We've got a real chance of making history this season. Ashley Wright, 100%. That's done and dusted now, that game. Done and dusted now, that game. But do you honestly think that the goal by Dowman and the Max Dowman party yesterday, do you think that's covered up a lot of the cracks, how we've been playing? Listen, I'm not being negative. I'm over the moon. We're getting it done. It's not brilliant. It's not pretty. It hasn't been brilliant. It hasn't been pretty. But once again, and the reason why I'm saying this is going into this last 16 against Leverkusen, and the tie is wide open. That tie is wide open, right? And the cup final next Sunday, take away the Max Dowman vibe that we got yesterday, we're not really playing well, are we? If it weren't for the Max Dowman thing yesterday, and you actually look at the actual game, we were struggling. We were finding it hard. We weren't really flowing. Even Alan Smith said it in his commentary. You know, this is a hard watch. This is a hard watch. These Arsenal fans have really gone through it this season. And the reason why he said that is because he knows we haven't really played well. And we haven't had to play well to be top of the league. Let's be honest. You know, we haven't really had to play well to be where we are. So, but going into Tuesday's game, I am worried about it. I've got to be honest, because we're not really playing well. And Leverkusen now are going to see that as an opportunity. It's 1-1, 0-0, whatever you want to call it, it's all in the balance. Leverkusen knows that they're not favourites to win that match. They've got nothing to lose. They can go to the Emirates on Tuesday night and think to themselves, do you know what? We can give it a go here because we're going out anyway. We might as well give it a go. And the way they was bopping the ball around in that first leg and cutting us open, I'm a little bit worried about it. I've got to be honest. I'm a little bit concerned about it. Big up, James. Hope you're well. I totally expected Liverpool not to win. Oh, mate, I'm disappointed with Liverpool. Oh, rubbish. They are. They're not good at all. They're not good at all. Arnie Slott's got a few problems to sort out, definitely. What it has done, Wahar, it has blown open that relegation battle. That relegation battle is going to be massive. I think that's going to go to the last game of the season. That's going to be a David Pleat moment running on Luton Town settings. That's going to go all the way to the end of the season, that is. Without a shadow. Actually, right. I'll admit I'm not the biggest fan of Arteta, and I was scared we'd never see Dowman in the league again. But I have to give the man credit for taking off Zubi and bringing on Dowman and won the game. Yeah, listen. I'll give him credit for bringing on Dowman. He could have bought on Norgard, couldn't he? Let's be honest, right? But he brought the kid on because, and do you know why I think he brought him on? Because he knows he's got nothing else up front. And he knew he had to win that game yesterday. I think if we'd have drawn yesterday, because he weren't to know I think he knew, or he 100% thought Man City are going to win the game at West Ham. So that was in the back of his mind. Man City are going to get 3 points. So we have to win this game. And I think that was the reason why he made those substitutions. And it was a positive one. Because let's face it, Zubimendi was doing nothing. Like I've not been saying it all season. I don't know what they see in him. I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does. I don't know what Kai Havertz does when he came to the team and he was playing in midfield. I don't see what he does. I really don't. And Zubimendi got hooked and suddenly the game changed. Rice was put in the 6 and it all changes. So, yeah, big up to Arteta for getting that right. Even though we can count on one hand two hands maybe, what he's got right in the nearly 7 years he's been at the football club, but he did get that one right. Salah's past it now. Temporary insane. Yeah, he's past it. He's dangerous. He's still dangerous, but listen, you can't knock Mo Salah, man. He's been a baller in the Premier League. His records and numbers speak for itself. So, yeah, it's like all players. They all come to their natural end, don't they? Unfortunately, Saka hasn't reached Salah levels yet. And he's coming to his natural end already, and he's only 24. Mohamed Salah is washed. He can't pass. Time for him to go to Saudi. Yeah, go to Saudi, nick a living. Why not? Good luck to him. Good luck to him. I've enjoyed watching Mo Salah, though. I've got to be honest with you. He has been a good player. I've got to hit BBK with another. How many times do I have to tell you about this Liverpool? Waha. They'll be back, man. They'll be back. Listen. Liverpool will be back bigger and stronger next season, mate. They will be back, that's for sure. That's why we have to keep it 100, Arsenal. That's why if we do win cups this season, if we win trophies this season, we can't then just sit back and go, oh, that's it, job done. We have to go on to that next level. And if it means selling players, then so be it. But we have to go on and find that next level. Because Liverpool will find that next level. Man United are now finding that next level. City will come again. Because Luis Enrique is going to Man City. I'll guarantee you that. He ain't coming Arsenal, he's going City. Right? And they're going to have money to spend. They'll get a slap wrist and a little fine. They won't get points docked and all that. So City's going to come again. And then you got the likes of Everton, Aston Villa, Newcastle, teams that are dangerous. So whatever we win this season, we can't just sit back and just go, oh, that's it, job done. We've got to march on. There's still problems the way we are playing pound for pound. We're still not really playing that well. Our attack and final third is still woeful. And as I said, you take away the Max Diamond party, it looked pretty average again like yesterday, didn't it? It was going nowhere. And no one's really talking about it because Max Diamond burst on the scene, done his madness at the end, and everything's rosy and the stadium lit up and it was all going crazy. But if you look at it from a football point of view, the performance yesterday was concerning. And we play like that next season, week in, week out, we're getting found out. Big up DJB. I'm so happy for Max Diamond. So am I, bruv. So am I. I wish it was Wanyeri on the other wing. That's what I wish. I wish it was Max Diamond and Ethan Wanyeri balling out at this football club. The collapse is still in, remember? 22. Yeah. Yeah. Darren, I personally can't see it right now. And the reason why I can't see it is because Man City are not playing very well. They're missing something. That's the only reason. However, if we go out of the Champions League on Tuesday and then we get beat in the Carabao Cup final, the next 7 league games have got a whole new meaning to them. Darren, you know, football's a funny roller coaster. You can be up 1 minute and literally down the next. Yeah. White Yamal. Yeah, he's brilliant, mate. He's brilliant. He's got something about him. There's not many players that I have seen in recent years that I look at and go, wow, this kid's going to be special. When I first saw Ronaldinho play, I was like, I've not seen anything like it. Then when you saw Messi, when you saw Ronaldo, when he lit up the Premiership and all of that under Alex Ferguson, You just knew that they had something about them. And Max Dowman is in that mould. Max Dowman's in that category where you think, this ain't been coached. This is all natural. He's just woke up one day and turned into a football player. You know, you put Max Dowman in a Burnley team and he'll still play the same way. He's special. And there's not many players that you come across that have just got that special ingredients, and he's got it. He's got it in abundance. However, on the flip side of that, you have seen young players burst on the scene and gone completely the other way. I mean, look at the hype Dele Alli was getting. Look at the hype a lot of these youngsters got when they burst on the scene. And it just didn't happen for them. It just didn't happen for them. The only thing I would say is different with Max Dowman is it just looks different. I don't know what it is. Players with talent have just got that something different when you look at them. Wayne Rooney had it. Michael Owen had it. Ryan Giggs had it. You know, they just had that. Paul Scholes had it. They just had that little bit of. It's hard to put your finger on it, but hopefully he'll go all the way. Hopefully he'll go all the way. Big up the Suge. Suge is in. Big up to you, my friend. I hope you're well. Big up DJB in the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. Of course, people. Come on. 9 points clear should be enough. Let's just remember that this is literally the worst league in years. It's not been good, Suge, has it? It's not been good. Let's be honest, Suge. Hit the likes. 9 points clear should be enough. It's literally not the best of leagues, Suge, is it? I've got to be honest. It ain't good. However, someone has to win it. Whether it's a crap league, whether it's an outstanding league, whether it's the best league ever, there has to be winners and there has to be losers. So I'm just hoping we're the winners. And if we're the winners of a crap league, I'll take it because I'm desperate. I'm desperate. However, I can actually see where you're coming from. Next season, I don't think this league will be at the levels it's at this season. I think it'll be a lot more competitive. And the reason why I think it'll be a lot more competitive is because Man United have just woken up from the dead. And once you've got Man United tapping on the door and getting things right, automatically the Premiership has a whole different meaning to it. And that is why I've always said, big up to you, Serge. Bless you, my friend. That is why I've always said, as much as I don't like Man United and they're my biggest rivals, I always want a healthy Man United in the league, because a healthy, good Man United team brings a different type of competition to the league, because everyone wants to beat Man United. Everyone wants to go to Old Trafford, Theatre of Dreams, and get a result, because they're the biggest club in the world, along with Real Madrid. Simple as that. Simple as that. So next season is going to be completely different, and that's why we've got to start moving. Man and match me fully puckered the entire game, from not scoring the whole game to scoring one and having to defend a 1-0, only released after Dowman scored, and what a goal it was. 100%. 100%, Darren. 100%. Wasn't going anywhere, was it? The game was had 0-0 written all over it. In actual facts, let's be really honest here. I thought Everton deserved a draw. I thought Everton deserved a draw. They're probably one of the best teams I've seen at the Emirates this season, apart from Man United. They've probably been one of the best teams I've seen this season at the Emirates. So, yeah. And as I said, you take the Max Dowman party away, and it weren't very good. And this is what worries me going into a cup final next season, next week. Total Hitsweed, big up my friend, big up DJB. I laid bored of my box in the couch, but when Gorka scored, I jumped up in the chair and thrown the stuff around. The family thought it was going mad. Oh no, it's desperate, boy. It's desperate, brother. We just take anything. Yeah, we just take anything. A tap in doesn't matter. Does not matter. We just every Arsenal fan so desperate for a title win. We'll take anything. As I said, we'll take it this season and we'll then have a little chat about it through the summer and look ahead to next season, because that is going to be the one. Of course, Dowman covered it. I love Saka, but he's absolutely shocking. Kai was nowhere to be seen. Exactly. Noni was poor. Yep. But our position, Martinelli, just frustrating footballer. Max showed them. Absolutely. We've spent £1 billion and it's a 16-year-old that's called that everyone's talking about. That's how you got to look at it. £1 billion spent at this football club and it's a 16-year-old that's making things happen. Martinelli, get him sold. Honestly. Noni Madueke, not good enough. Saka, gone. We've all been saying it. Lee, Matty, Shane, Aaron, Northside, everyone. Rashid, we've all been saying it about Saka. We've all been saying it. Yeah, 100%. I went crazy. Gorka scored. Massive noise in the house. Then when Damon scored, oh man, mental. Absolutely. Leverkusen are going to go for it. We're going to struggle against these men being... Yeah, Leverkusen, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. It's not going to be an easy ride. It's not going to be an easy ride. It's going to be buckle up, get your crash helmets on. It's not going to be easy. And another reason why it's not going to be easy, Darren, is because our players look tired. I mean, Everton, they was pretty much out on their feet at the end there. They look absolutely exhausted. So, yeah, it's worrying. Just got to get it done there. The season can't... I just want the season to come out, get to a point now where it's coming to an end, because I'm just frightened what's going to happen. I've still got that PTSD thing going on. Madness. Arteta needs to stop this harem football. He can't, Kawaja. If he gets over the line playing like this is how he's going to be for the rest of his life. He ain't going to change. Big up, my friend. How you doing? 2166. DJB, congratulations on winning the league. This is the worst league I've ever seen. I'm curious, who are your favourites to win the World Cup? Because this league is rubbish and I want it to be over. Yeah, it is. It's been a poor campaign, isn't it? But as I said, I'd rather win a poor campaign than lose a poor campaign. So, yeah. But it ain't been exciting. Are my favourites to win the World Cup? It's a tough one, you know. It's wide open. England are not going to win it because we rely too much on Harry Kane. Other than Harry Kane, we ain't really got a world-class player, you know. But England ain't going to win it. I think the heat and the humidity is going to play a huge part to a lot of these teams. I was listening to Talk Sport the other week, and they had the American goalkeeper on there, who came across really great when he spoke, actually. And he was saying, you don't realise, but in parts of the US when they're playing and the times they're playing, and anyone in the chat that lives out that way or you're from that way, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. We don't really understand it living here, humidity. But he was saying that in Mexico and places like that, the humidity is like crazy and absolutely saps the life out of you. So that's going to play a part. But if I was to put money on a team that I think could win the World Cup next season, in the summer, I would probably have to lean towards Spain. I don't think you can ever write off the French, to be honest. Spain, France from Europe would be my choice. And I'd probably stick with Argentina again. But, yeah. They probably beat West Ham if we drew. Do you know what? West Ham, I think it's out of Nottingham Forest and Spurs. I think West Ham are staying up. I think it's out of Forest and Spurs. League isn't won yet, sir. City has a game in hand. Yeah, they can. They have a game in hand, and they've still got to play us at the Etihad. So it's not over. It's not over. It's not over. We've taken a huge step towards it, you know, but football's a funny thing. It can happen. Not giving Arteta any credit, DJB. We should not be relying on a 16-year-old, but it was good to result, and we got out of jail. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. The football's been poor. The football was poor until Max Dowman came on. We didn't even look like winning the game. Yeah, but you still have to rely on Arsenal to lose games, and there's no way they're going to lose games, let alone drop points with 8 games to go. I'm just being completely honest. Darren, yeah. 2166. Listen, I'm in the sort of same boat, because what people don't realise, we have got to lose games, and we've been scamming so many games. Honestly, we've been scamming so many games. We get like an own goal, a penalty, corner. You know, if Pickford stays on his line for that Downman cross, that's not a goal. That's not a goal. I don't think he was who decided to sub Downman was probably forced by a coaching staff. No way willingly just pulled Zubi or Downman. Do you know what? Someone had a word with him. I reckon someone must have had a word with him on that bench that he was putting on Downman. DJB, what makes you think Luis Enrique is coming to City? I just feel it. I just feel it. I just think Luis Enrique will look at Man City and think to himself, yeah, I'll carry on that. I'll carry on that. Yeah, I just think that that's where I think he'll end up. That is where I think Luis Enrique will end up. I think Luis Enrique will end up at City rather than anywhere else. I could be wrong. But I just got this gut feeling. Don't know why. Ain't had any tip-offs, not had any of this, not had any inside knowledge, or I'm just going with my gut feeling. I just feel that Luis Enrique will end up at Man City. I think Pep will go as well. I think Pep will go end of this season. I think this is his last season. You must have just woken up from the coma and been introduced to Arsenal, mate. Bottling is written in their DNA. Darren Martin, have you seen City play this season? Enough said. Yeah, they're hit and miss, aren't they? Huge big up to Kawaja. Absolutely. Boy Tendio, big up. We're winning the league. It looks that way at the moment, my friend. It looks that way at the moment. I think Wanyeri will be sold next season. Facts. I said that even before a ball was kicked this season. I knew exactly the road he was going down. Yeah. Let's not get sidetracked. Let's put something in perspective, right? We have had a glut of a golden generation from Howell End. And the only one that looks like they're going to succeed under this manager is Max Dowman. Now, bearing in mind, Max Dowman would probably succeed under any manager. Arteta has not turned Max Dowman into the player he is. He's not coached him enough. He's not had him in long enough. He's been in our youth academy for years, right? They should take the credit. But when you think of all the youngsters we've had at our football club whilst Mikel Arteta has been in charge, none of them have really come on. Lewis Skelly now is looking to get out the club. He's looking to move on. Wanyeri, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah. So, you know, let's just put it in its right lane for now, yeah? All right? Because I don't want to get overhyped with the Max Dowman equals Mikel Arteta. It's no. As I said, you put Max Dowman in the Liverpool team, he's Max Dowman. Put him in a Man United team under Carrick, he'd be Max Dowman. The floor of the Prem is considerably better than it was five odd years ago. Like Newcastle, Bournemouth, Brighton are tough games, but the ceiling of the Prem is lower. City and Liverpool. That is where it's gone wrong. The top six has fallen off. The top six has fallen off the Premier League. It's not so much the middle teams like Brighton's, Brentford's, Bournemouth's. They're all hard places to go to now. The middle part of the Premier League's got a lot stronger. That's why you see a lot of teams like West Ham and all that at the bottom of the league, because the middle part of the league has got a lot stronger. Everton's, Palace, and all of these men. But the top six in the league seems to have dropped. I don't think that will be next season, though. As I said, I think you're going to see a strong Man United team next year. Yeah, Dowman's passed everyone's eyes test. The only problem is, as I said, if Arsenal don't give him game time next year, these agents, telling you, he'll be hot property. Dowman will be hot property. And if he's not getting the game time of at Arsenal, and a Real Madrid come knocking at the door, or a Man United or a Barcelona, yeah, and the agent sits them down and they go to Maxi boy, you're guaranteed XYZ amount of games a year. Oh, and by the way, we're putting you on 220 grand a week. You know, so we've got to be careful. Newcastle, City, West Ham, all the clubs that have turned us over in the last few seasons. Exactly. That's a dangerous place to go. I want the League One before we go to West Ham. Yeah. I want Man City Guard of Honour at the Etihad. That's what I want. Long way to go yet. Media say Dowman is like Kaka. Do you know what? There's similarities to a lot of players. But look, I just want to keep it real. I want to keep it real because as much as I'm all for Max Dowman and I think he's brilliant, and I do look at him and I can see like Michael Owen in him. I can see all different players in him. I think he's an outstanding talent. On the flip side of the coin is I've seen some really good young players come through over the years and have hit a wall and never made it. You know, there's a lot of players that have come that have looked really good and they've just fallen by the wayside. So we'll have to wait and see. I really hope we keep Ethan and Skelly. They're great talents. That's not happening. Ethan's being sold and so is Skelly. Skelly's going in the summer. Skelly's going in the summer. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Evening Binks, hope you will. Evening Binks, absolute legends. Absolute legends in the chat. Every single one of you. Big up to every single one. Nice to see Boy Tendio back in the chat as well. Big up Boy Tendio. Rob Future, evening DJB, big up to all. I just saw there's a Dowman mural already. I mean, why? Yeah, we've got to be careful, Rob, haven't we? We've got to be careful. The problem is with Arsenal, and the problem is with Arsenal fans, not everyone, but the majority of them. We do like the hype and we love the PR. And it can be damaging. Yeah, we do like to blow things out of proportion rather than just let things take its natural line of whatever. And what I'm hoping now is that we don't build this Max Dowman up into a great big, whatever you want to call it, and then it don't quite work for him. You know, you just got to let the kid develop, let him play his football. All these murals and all of this, he's got to be protected from all of that. I'm sorry, he has to. Big up the community, saying hello to every single one of his guys. Absolute massive legends. Darren Martin, City have played like absolute shite all season and have not played like a team that can challenge Arsenal. It's been absolutely awful, and we need a change of manager. And get me Enrique. Yeah, they've just not been challenging at all, have they? I don't think Enrique will come to Arsenal. The thing is, right, the problem is now. Big up Suge, big up Lynch, big up every single one of you that's in. Darren Sullivan as well, absolute legend, absolute legend. Legend alert, Suge in the chat, 100%. You're all legends, my friend, all legends. Evening, Darren Martin. Do you know what I'm thinking of, right? The problem is, if they keep carrying, honestly, Man United are going to be strong next season. Man United are going to be a problem. Let me rephrase, since you apparently don't understand. Arsenal can lose several games from this point on, thus bottling the league. They can. It can happen. I just don't think the rest of the Premier League is strong enough. But if it happens, then I'm sorry. The manager's got to go. Don't ever set foot back in the Emirates if it does. We look completely shy. Honestly, we've not been playing well at all. Not been playing well at all. Big up DJB. I had bored on my box couch and when Gorka. I think I've read that one, my friend. I'm way out. Big up to you. Evening, Jez. Jez is in the chat. Big up, Jez up. Legend. I'm sure you've all subbed to Jez's. If you haven't, then you've been living under a rock. Endon Guna, big up to you, absolute Ed legend as well. We ain't winning the Champions League. We're going to burn out. Yeah, do you know what? I just got a feeling we might go all the way in the Champions League. Whether we win it or not, I don't know. But I've just had a feeling from the start of the season. Not the Premier League. I didn't think we might win the Premier League. I thought we was more geared towards the Champions League. That's probably me just wanting to win the Champions League so desperately. Probably got tunnel vision or something. I don't know. I probably convinced myself. Evening to everyone. All I know is the bottom of the league, the relegation. The relegation is really exciting for me. That's definitely going to go at the last game of the season. I'm relieved for 3 points against Everton, but I don't think the title is done. Lots more twists and turns to come. Hendon, there probably will be. And I'll tell you when the twists and turns will come. If we don't get through against Leverkusen and lose that cup final next week, that's when the twists and turns will happen. That is when we will start to know what this team's made of. Look at the best performances in the last few years. It's been Wanjeri, MLS, Saka, and now Dowman means nothing if Arteta is still there. Yeah, facts. I'm not sure whether Arteta's the best manager for Max Dowman. You know, people are going to say, yeah, but you'll say that because you don't want Arteta. But I from a football looking from outside in, I just don't think he's the right manager. Max Dowman needs a Jurgen Klopp, Luis Enrique type manager to really, really develop. You know, I'm relieved. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah. So we'll see. Darren, I agree. but been the only saving grace for the last 6 years. Yeah. I remember a September in Atlanta, you couldn't go outdoors in the daytime. It was so hot and humid, had to be air conditioned in the car to get around. Exactly. That World Cup, it's the humidity that's going to kill a lot of teams. It's the humidity. It's going to be crazy. Absolutely crazy. Saka won't be the same next season. No. Would you sell him? If someone came in and offered 80 million for Saka, would you sell him? Got Max Dowman, haven't we? Got Noni Madueke. Noni and Max. Do we need Saka? Be happy, lads. The league is ours. Yeah. We're going to be happy. We're happy anyway, boy Tendio. We're well clear at the top. We're happy. I disagree, Suge. Saka has not done much for us. This Starboy thing is all a myth. Saka's best season, he scored 10 non-penalty goals. His best season. That's an average winger from any mid-table team number. Yeah? Hendon Guna, yeah, we should be winning though. 100%. Check the stats and you will see that Saka guys all hype, not much of substance. Would have signed Mbeumo in the summer. The trouble is, right, I know what you're saying, Darren, right? I know what you're saying, that _Martin. But. Saka has been Arsenal's best player over the last few years. And if it weren't for Saka, Arteta wouldn't have been in a job. He has carried this team from a young age. So you have to give credit there. You have to give credit there, 100%. Would I sell him now if the right offer came in and I was Berta? Say someone come in and offered like 80 million, 90 million for Saka right now, and you're Berta. Take away all the sentimental value and Starboy, Haaland and all of that. What would you do? I think they'd be tempted, you know. I think they'd be tempted. He knew he had to win that game, Hendon. He knew he had to win that game against Everton because he, deep down, he really thought City were going to beat West Ham. Enrique to City is better shout than him coming to us. Soji's going to City, man. He ain't coming to us. He ain't coming to us. He could end up at Man United. Then there's a problem. Then there's a problem. Then there's a problem. How about this then? Luis Enrique to Man United and Carrick ends up at Tottenham. Spurs stay up and Carrick ends up at Spurs and Luis Enrique ends up at Man United. That'd be a talking point. Pep is staying next season. One more season, you reckon? Probably Luis Enrique will do one more seasons at PSG, probably. There you go. Right. The biggest problem I've got, well, not a problem, but let's look at it this way, right? So, Arteta wins the league, Carabao Cup. Let's say he wins 2 trophies. They sit him down and they give him a 3-year contract, 20 million a year, and he takes it. So he's at the club another 3 years. Within that 3 years, Hansi Flick is around. Luis Enrique is around. Simeone is around. Zidane, thinking of coming back into football, is around. We're going to be in a situation where we were when Klopp went to Liverpool. So what I'm trying to say is, could it be more damaging to Arsenal in the long run, Arteta staying for another 3 years? Because we could then potentially miss the boat of all these elite managers. And when Arteta then leaves, these elite managers are already established at new clubs. So Enrique might end up at Man United. Zidane might end up at City. Simeone will end up at wherever. Hansi Flick will end up wherever. Arteta in 2-3 years' time has left Arsenal, and then we're left scraping the barrel for a new up-and-coming manager. That's what could happen. That's my only fear. So when I say I don't want Arteta for the long term, it's not because I'm punishing him for winning the league or winning major competitions. It's because we could miss out on elite managers in 2 or 3 years' time. Now, do you take that gamble? Because if Arteta gets another contract for 3 years and all these managers are out there and we can't sign them because we've just given Arteta 3 years, in 3 years' time, we'd have missed out. That's why I say just give him 1 season. 1 more year. Because of that reason. Because I don't want a situation where we're trusting the process, phases, rebuild, another £1 billion spent. I want someone to come in, sprinkle a little bit of magic dust, sell 2 or 3 players, get 2 or 3 players in, and we're back up and running again. I don't want to be in another situation where we're trusting the process with a up and coming rookie manager and another manager that's going to send us through phases and another £1 billion spent. So if he wins the Premier League and he wins all the silverware this year, brilliant. Give him 1 more year to see if he can retain the title, then get rid of him. If you give him 3 years, it could be damaging. Short-term success could be long-term damage. And that's my worry. Hendon Guna, Saka is finished for England. Hey, DJ, great weekend. Hope you're all well. We are, Nicholas. Absolutely fine, brother. Hope you're well and Sub as well. Mothers, any mothers watching, anyone that spent time with mum, if you still got your mum's bless or whatever, or all on good terms with mummy, hope you've all had a good day and treated her well. Big up to the mums as well. DJ B, remember in the chat the other day I said I'm keeping my feet on the ground and you should said to me take 1 foot off the ground. I might have to agree. I'm believing but don't want to be arrogant yet. Ashley, that's what I am, bruv. Honestly, I'm glad you took my advice. I'm standing on 1 leg. I'm standing on 1 leg. I've had both feet on the ground, but after this weekend, I've got 1 foot off, 1 foot on. I'm still keeping that 1 foot on the ground. Why? Because I'm a realist and it's football. And I've seen crazy madness in football over the years. I've seen crazy stuff. Yeah? Anfield 89. Look at the position Arsenal was in. And then where we ended up, what we're ended up having to do on the last game of the season. So listen, yeah, that boy's special, DJ. He is special. He is special. He's come from the football gods. I'm sure. Listen, I'm not a religious man, right? Okay, but I believe there's a football god out there that every now and again produces these Ronaldinho's, Messi's, Zidane's, Pirlo's. Yeah, all of these men, Maradona's, Cruyff's, they're all up with a football god now, right? And I believe every now and again this football god goes, there you go, here's another one. Every now and again, every like 5 years or someone, he'll produce a genius. And he's one of them. He's come from the football gods. You don't coach that. You can't coach that. There's no coaching involved. It goes from coaching to encouragement. Once they've got that talent, it then goes to nurturing and encouragement. There is nothing you can say to Max Dowman that will improve him. He's just got it. He's just got it. He knows when to pass. He knows when to shoot. He knows when to dribble. He knows when to cross it. That is all natural. Bit like, you know, when you're in the class and you've got that boffin or you've got that absolute grade A student in the class that just knows everything. And you come across that maths question and it's taking you like 4 or 5 reams of paper to work it out. And they've done it just like that by just looking at it. And you just think, how have you done that? They just know. That's Dowman with a football. He just knows. There ain't no coaching him. Coaching Max Dowman is looking after his welfare. That's the only coaching you can give Max Dowman. I just want fans to be kind of calm down on Dowman. Just let my son exactly. Just let him develop, Matt. Just let him develop, boy 10. Hendon Gooner, yeah, Lady Luck has been smiling on the fraud. Let's see how. Yeah, he has had a lot of luck, Binks. He's had a lot of luck. A lot of luck. But as I said, I don't want him here. I want him to win the trophies and say goodbye. That is me, right? Well done, Mikel Arteta. You finally got there. Absolutely brilliant. Well done to you. Yeah. Fantastic. Now let's move on. However, if you're going to give him another contract, give him 1 more year. Because if you give him 3-5 years, you're going to miss the boat. You're going to miss the boat on many, many elite managers. And we're back to square one again. And the only difference is there won't be another £1 billion to spend because half of it's going on the stadium. Have a great time next Sunday. I can't wait till next Sunday. It's been a long time since I've been to Wembley. Facts, DJB, Arteta is not responsible for Dowman's brilliance. It's not. You can't coach it. You can't coach it. If Arteta doesn't give Dowman the game time him and his agents feel he deserves, then he'll be a City or a Chelsea within a year. Exactly, boy 10. Exactly. 100%. This is what I've been saying. This is what I've been saying. And I'm glad you realise that life is not all about Arsenal. Max Dowman loves Arsenal. His dad loves Arsenal. Yeah, we get that. But at the end of the day, it's that kid's welfare that everyone's going to be interested in, right? So if he's sitting on the bench next year and he's not getting the game time and he's not playing a big major role in this football club, people are going to be swarming and his head's going to be turned and the agent's going to go, do you know what? I know you love Arsenal. However, Man United want to pay you 200 grand a week and they're guaranteeing you XYZ amount of games. Biggest club in the world. You know, he's going to think, well, hang on, then let's go and talk to him. DJB can't get carried away with a Dowman too much under this manager. Just think Wanyeri, Smith Rowe and Skelly. Exactly, Martin. 100%. Been saying it all along. People say, oh, you know, look what Arteta's done. Well, what's he done? Reece Nelson, what did he do? Nketiah, what did he do? Smith Rowe, what did he do? Lewis Skelly, we all know what he's done there. Wanyeri, we all know what he's done there. I'm hearing fans that Dowman should go in the World Cup. Oh, no. If he goes to the World Cup, end of. No. Can't let him go to the World Cup. Don't want him going to the World Cup. Don't want him around that environment. Not yet. No. I think Barca would play Dowman in midfield. Yeah, they would. Any club would play him. Any. We owe West Ham a favour. Not too many favours. We definitely don't want to go there and lose. That's for sure. We might not play Rice when we play West Ham. That's the only favour I'll give them. I feel bad for Ethan. I think it's bad. I bet he's thinking, damn, I wanted to do that there. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Ethan Wanyeri would have been an absolute baller at Arsenal. Can you imagine Jurgen Klopp at Arsenal with Ethan Wanyeri, Max Dowman? Wow. Top Gooners acting like fangirls over Dowman is embarrassing. Let the boy breathe. What they're doing, Binks, right? What they're doing with Max Dowman, I'll tell you what they're doing with the Max Dowman thing, right? What they're doing with the Max Dowman is that they know Arsenal's season and they know the way Arsenal are playing is so poor and so it's just not good enough. It's below standards, right? So what they're doing now, they're using the Max Dowman thing now as a kind of fix to make everything else all okay. That's what I said earlier in my stream, didn't I? I said, if you take the Max Dowman party from yesterday out of the equation and look at that football match before he entered the field of play, it was crap. Let's be real. It was like we played against Brentford. It was like we played against Wolves. It was like we played against all of these teams. Leverkusen, all of them. There was no different. But all the talk is about Max Dowman. No one's really mentioning how we played. There was 90 minutes in that match and we played well for 10 of them. That's it. That's it. And it got us to 3 points. And that's all that matters. But worryingly, our performances have been shocking. Our football has been shocking. And I'm sorry, but for a team that has spent £1 billion, a manager that's been there for 7 years, I want to see better than that. I want to see, for the money I spend going to see Arsenal Football Club, I want to see better than that. Big up DJB, Arsenal winning the Premier League. I'm pretty sure it's done. Yeah, I'm on. And they're going for cheap too, DJB. Yeah. If MLS Wanyeri got sold, then I'm expecting Kvaratskhelia or Yildiz to sign for us. I wouldn't bank on it. I wouldn't bank on many signing next season, to be honest with you, Boy 10. If this development gets passed and the money's going to get spent on the stadium, we could be going back to when we was building the Emirates. It could be that kind of era, you know. We might get 1 or 2 in, but I think we've got to get 6, 7 players out the door before we sign Kvaratskhelia and players like that. 100%. Theo Walcott is one of them that went to the World Cup at 16 and just ruined him. Yeah, 100%. I don't want Max Dowman anywhere near a World Cup. Nowhere near it. You've had lots of good luck. If that turns in bad luck, how are you playing? It's long season. Waha. Honestly, it is a long season, my friend. It is a long season still, definitely. Skelly is going in the summer. 100. Skelly's definitely going. 100%. 100%. Skelly's at Chelsea next year. I would start Max Dowman at Bayer Leverkusen. Yep, so would I. 100%. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Skelly, Eze, Yildiz, Yorkeres, Wanyeri, and easing Dowman on the wing with Wanyeri, Bin Saka. We also need a lot of reinforcements in the summer. Let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this. Bearing in mind how bad, on the whole, Eze's been, and how good he was playing at Crystal Palace, and every single season up until then. How do you think Kvaratskhelia and Yildiz would play under Arteta? Look how Martinelli's fallen off. Trossard, Saka. Our attacking third, whether you like it or not, under Arteta, has not performed at the levels it should be at. It just hasn't. That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, we might win the league. Yeah, we're top at this. Yeah, we're doing this. I get all that. But if you look at it from a football point of view, are these the right players under this manager? Because I'll say it again, the attacking third or the attacking part of Arsenal Football Club has not been at the levels where it should be for the amount of money that's been spent on it. So I'm not confident of any quality player coming to this football club the way Arteta plays. His tactics are not geared to play attacking football with attacking players. 64 in the building, guys. Make sure you're smashing a like, please. Get these likes up. Come on. Everyone should smash a like. Big up, Lux. Bev, my guy, missed you on the member stream today. Thought you would have jumped on video with me. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, Lux was on the member stream today. Lux was there. Me and Lux sharing a screen. Big up the Lux. Absolute. Yeah. And Binks was in there. Gavin was in there. Lynch came across. Yeah. Come on, Bev, man. Big up DJB buzzing after the Everton game. I wonder I will start damning. Black's Crow, right? Can I ask you a question? Are you buzzing after the Dowman game, or are you buzzing after the Arsenal game? Because the only reason why I'm buzzing is because of 3 points and Max Dowman. I'm not literally buzzing over the performance, because for 75 minutes we wasn't very good. So I'll give you the facts that I'm buzzing, and we're all buzzing 100%, but I'm buzzing because of Max Dowman, not necessarily because of the performance. I'm still worried about the performance. Going into a cup final next Sunday and playing a Champions League leg on Tuesday night that's wide open against a dangerous Bayer Leverkusen team, I'm worried about the performances, because the performance has not been good enough to win silverware. Yeah, we'll probably win the Premier League because we're 9 points clear. I get that. But cup finals, we've got to play better than that. We've got to play better than that. I don't want Arteta near Max Dowman. I don't want Arteta to ruin Dowman's career. Yeah, listen, I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from on that AFC. And listen, no one can actually really rip into you with that, because we've seen it with Martinelli. We see it with Eddie Nketiah. They wasn't developed. Right? Saka has not gone the levels he should be at now. Saka should be undroppable. Saka should be unplayable. He should be like 120, 140 million pound player. Right now, you'd be lucky to get 70 million for him. Gorkarez should be 20 goals now. Eze should have been probably player of the season. So I can see where you're coming from. Black's Crow, big up to you. Arteta is better at developing defenders. Facts. I just don't feel confident that he would maximise the attacking player like Dowman. Pun no intended. No, listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. I just don't think that that's his niche. Some managers are better at attacking, getting the best out of attacking players, and the defence is all over the place. Luis Enrique, for me, PSG's defence are all over the place. Every time a team goes forward, they look like they're going to score. But when PSG have got the ball, every time they cross that halfway line, you think, oh, this is it. We're in trouble. Game over. It's just the way it is. I just feel that Arteta in the attacking third just don't seem to be able to get it right. I'd take 40 for Saka. Yeah, I'm with you. I think if a team comes in strong and says 80 million for Saka, I think I'd be selling him. I really do. I really do. Big up the Prone. Prone, wow, sorry for your loss. How old are they? Oh, man, what's happened, Prone? What's happened? Let's track back. Prone, hang on. What, have I missed something here? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, my guys. I'm really sorry. There's 64 in the building, but I'm trying to get the conversation going. Lion Tex raid, big up to Lion Tex, brother. Thank you for the raid. Big up to you, my friend. Tex raid, big up to you. Gonna see. Bab the Ripper. Do what Wenger did. Inherit a solid back five and add the attacking flair in the team. Will go places. Bev. We've got a solid defence, but we've had a solid defence this season, but the attackers look poor. The attackers look poor. Sometimes it don't go hand in hand with managers. You know, I still think we need that absolute creative baller in midfield, central midfield. You know, I still think we need a left winger. We need a replacement right back for Timber. If Timber gets injured, I mean, I'm not convinced about he doesn't trust Ben White. He didn't bring him on yesterday. He bought on Mosquera. So Ben White's going. We know Ben White's days are numbered. He's being sold. He's going. He don't trust him. He bought Mosquera on. Is Mosquera a good enough backup for Ben White? For Timber? No. Big up, Prome. Sorry for your loss, my brother. Big up to you, mate. Bless. I also remember 1989. Yeah, exactly. There's a long way to go yet. Long way to go. There's a lot of football left. Man City wouldn't have thrown the towel in yet. They wouldn't have thrown the towel in yet. No way. I think the next league game, if we're still 9 points clear, then it's like, yeah, it's done. It's done. It's, as I said, you know, both my feet are firmly planted on the ground. City have 27 possible points to gain until it's mathematically impossible. Yeah. If you look at it, if you point it like that, Endon, 27 points. If you look at it like that, you're thinking, whoa, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. 100%. Vigilantly, slowly getting back to normal almost. All healed up. Big up to you, Suj. I hope everyone's fit and well. And if you've got any problems, guys, I hope you're getting yourself sorted out and everything's rosy. Big up to every single one of you. Vigilante Gaming. Big up the Vig. Make sure you go and sub to Vigilante as well. Absolute legends, a lot of you. Vigilante, good to hear Suj soon. Should you be back to normal? Good to hear. Brilliant. Yeah, we want a fit Suj. Like we want fit Arsenal players. We need a fit Suj, people. Come on. We need a fit Suj. Evening, lads. Max getting more minutes now than teams are tired. It suits him, and I think he could do something Sunday again. Good point. Really good point. You don't want Max Dowman flying at you when you've had a long season, do you? Good point, my friend. 100%. Charlie, how you doing, brother? Dowman finally adds an unpredictability that needs to be harassed and used properly. Do not coach it out of him. He'll try. He'll try. He'll have him tracking back. He'll try. He'll have him passing sideways. I'm telling you now, right? You know the cross that led to Gorkarez's goal? If that's Saka, he's laying that inside to Declan Rice or Eze. Or he's cutting inside and trying to do a little 1-2. If that is Saka, that's what would have been happening. With Dowman, no, gets the ball, looks up, crossing it, whips it in. Any other player, that's being laid square. Evening, DJB. I suspect you're footballing connoisseur, so can you tell me if we, Rangers, point blank refuse to give Spurs Mikey Moore back, if they can do anything about it? Right. If he's still a Spurs player and he's under contract with Spurs and he's loaned, is he loaned to Rangers? I believe he is, right? If he's still a Spurs player and they want him back, they can recall him. They can recall him. But it also depends on what agreement's under. If Rangers have, if there's a contract signed that Rangers have got until the end of the season and they try and call him back, then I think there's either a compensation that they have to pay or it's like a gentlemanly agreement and they don't have to give him back, as far as I know. So if they want him back, say next week, and he's contracted till the end of the season, it ain't as straight cut as that. All right. However, if there's nothing in place that says that they've got him till the end of the season, he's still under contract, and they can have him back. Yeah. So it all depends on what the deal was. All depends what the deal was. And I think it makes it more complicated if it's till the end of the season with an option to buy. So, yeah. Also, going forward on your channel, I think every new guest should have to sing something as an in. We owed Matty and Jez a song each. That's on the Mingle. Mingle every Wednesday. Me and Normski, we always have a little sing-along. The Mingle's madness on a Wednesday, people. We get into serious football and then we just go off topic about all sorts of nonsense. It's good fun. Good fun. Real Madrid will be looking at Dauman. He will if he doesn't get game time. Rice has sucked every time we played West Ham. Probably should rest him. Yeah, West Ham will like that, wouldn't they? When Skelly, Dauman are our best attackers. Yeah, Skelly midfield, definitely. Bring him on in midfield. This is what I'm saying. This is what a coach would have done by now, wouldn't they? They'd have looked at Skelly, said, right, he's not better than Incape at left back. I prefer Calafiori at left back as well. So what can I do with this kid? I'll tell you what, let's get him in midfield. Let's get him in midfield. Let's get him further forward in an attacking midfield role, right? Not every game, certain games. But no, he's just kept him on the bench. Just kept him on the bench. And this is what's going to happen now. This is what's going to happen now. Skelly's going to end up at Crystal Palace or someone will buy him. 30 million, 40 million. I'm telling you now, we've got a Hammers Football TV is in the chat. If Skelly goes up for 30 million, bite their hand off, brother. Get Lewis Skelly at West Ham in midfield, along with Somerville. You're qualifying for Europe next season. Guys, when is this parade in England? Right, good question, because I want to know as well. I've got a feeling it will probably be, if we're not in the Champions League, it'll probably be that Bank Holiday Monday. If we're in the Champions League final, it'll be the following Sunday. I've just got a feeling it'll be that Bank Holiday Monday. 25th of May. Agree, the football is terrible, DJB. I'm 40 years watching Arsenal. It's the worst. Yeah, it's not been pretty. It's not been good. But then I'll be honest with you, right? Arsenal haven't been good. We haven't been playing well. And as I said to you before, don't want to burst the bubble. It was a great day yesterday. West Ham doing the business against Man City. Great day yesterday for us, for an Arsenal point of view. But if you take the Dauman party out of it, it weren't very good. We sucked. We played over 90 minutes of football and about 10, 15 minutes of that football was any good. Other than that, it was pretty poor. And it's been pretty poor all season. The top six have been poor all season. The only thing, the mid-Premiership teams, Brentford's, Bournemouth's, Brighton's, if you like, Everton, Newcastle, they've all been pretty decent. But other than that, it's been pretty poor. Well, Newcastle, they've not been brilliant. Big up Hammers Football TV. He's still buzzing. He's probably a little bit disappointed today, though, of Liverpool. He's probably hating Liverpool right now. Yeah. And Forest, I mean, unlucky Forest. Penalty. Goal disallowed. Come on, man. Did you see that goal that was disallowed? His shorts were blowing in the wind and they gave him offside, I think. This is crazy, this offside rule. That's got to change for me. But, you know, they all drew. Who'd have thought that? Who'd have thought the three clubs at the bottom? I bet when West Ham drew against Man City, they was thinking, this is it. They was probably expecting Forest to beat Fulham at home. But we was all expecting Tottenham to lose. All of us. Arsenal, Man United, you name it. We was all expecting Spurs to lose. And Liverpool produced that. Shame on yourself. Big up all the chat. Yeah, go check out Hammers TV as well. I like looking at other football channels. Yeah, there's a couple I keep an eye on. E20 Zone as well. That's another one. James, big up him. Is there a world where in 3 years Saliba is at PSG, MLS is at United, Ranieri's in Spain, Saka is Salah's replacement, Daman and Barca, but Arteta is still our manager? Suge, there is a world. Yeah? It's called Arsenal Bonkers World, mate. That's what it's called, Suge. I wouldn't rule any of that out. I would not rule Saliba playing for PSG in the future. I wouldn't rule out MLS's at United. I've already said Odegaard is going to Man United. I've already said that. And I stand by that. I told you to clip it. I told anyone to clip it. I said it. I said I was right about Ethan Nwaneri. Ethan Smith Rowe. Remember, I was calling him Ethan Smith Rowe. I said he'd go out on loan and then he'd eventually get sold. Then they gave him a new contract. I said, don't worry about that. He's been sold a dream. He's going to go on loan, then he'll get sold. Nwaneri ain't going to be at Arsenal, ever. He's gone. Get used to it, right? Suge, Saka could, within the next 2 years, leave this football club. I reckon if Saka doesn't perform next season, he might even be gone by January if the right offer came in for him. I'm just realistic. I don't look at football, through love and posters and stickers all over my wall. I look at football for what it is. Bukayo Saka is not performing. He's on 300 grand a week. And I don't regret him having that because I think he deserves it. He's on 300 grand a week. He's not performing. Since his injury, he's gone straight down the hill. And if he starts next season poorly and by Christmas he's still not performing, I reckon the club could, and an offer comes into him in the January window, he could be sold. And Daman, if he's not getting game time next season, and a big club like Barcelona come in for him, and he's got the chance of ripping up the place in Spain with Lamine Yamal and all of these men, that wouldn't surprise me either. So what you said there, Suge, is not unrealistic, my friend. Not unrealistic at all. There you go, look. Vigilante Gaming. Got some proper mods in here, Hammers TV. Look. We've even put your link in. Look at that. Go Hammers Football TV. Proper guy as well. Absolute lovely fella as well. Tony, big up Tony all the time, my friend. Big up Tony. Shame I didn't see the Downman goal live because I turned the game off early out of fear that we would bottle it another lead. Oh, Gooner SC, man. Gooner SC. Do you know what? You're probably one of many millions of people that done that. Yeah. It erupted, man. It erupted. Absolutely erupted. Big up Kawajam. Vigilante. Make sure you sub into Vigilante as well. Absolute legends. Binks, Suge, that sounds worse than the Exorcist film. But Binks, it could happen, couldn't it? Downman at Barca, Skelly. It could happen. Absolutely. Icy Spicy, big up, my friend. Hope you're all well. Big up to Icy Spicy. I missed the members stream. Suge, don't worry, brother. Don't worry. There will be another members stream. There was a few people that missed the members stream and come in late to the members stream as well. Boom, come on, you Gunners. Boom, come on, you Gunners. Yeah, come on, my friend. Come on, the Lynch. Yeah. Me too, Suze. Don't worry about missing the members stream. There will be another one. Yeah. I shared the screen with Lux, although I put the link in, but Lux came in. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll put it up there. You can come in. If you don't want to come in, you don't want to come in. It's not a problem. Black's Crow, facts. It was Downman that gave us the magic. We got to be able to recreate the magic. Yeah, exactly, Blacks. Exactly. Do you know? It was like a bad birthday party until someone comes on and starts breakdancing and everything's sort of like, do you know what I mean? It's like one of them parties, isn't it, that you're hanging around staring at one another and then someone does a madness on the dance floor. You remember back in like, I don't know, but back in the 80s and all of that, when I used to go out, used to be like a boring night and then someone will come in and start moonwalking and breakdancing and spinning on their heads and doing all sorts of madness. And you'd be like, wow, look at that. Way. That was Max Downman. Comes on and starts breakdancing at the Emirates. And everyone's sort of like joyous. Up until then, it was pretty crap. The party was boring. DJB next Sunday is massive in terms of winning our first trophy. Next weekend is absolutely massive, huge. I'll be doing some shorts outside Wembley, and I'll be keeping you all informed best I can. For those that ain't going, I'll try and get some. I'll get some pics on there as well on my channel and members and all of that. So yeah. Yeah, I'll be on my way. Players would want a new voice next season from a new manager, I think. Well, this is the problem, isn't it? I just feel that how long is too long? How long do you overcook things for? Do you know what I mean? I just think it'd be damaging to have Arteta here for another 3 seasons. That'd be more or less 10 years at the football club. 10 years. Potentially 1 Premier League title in 10 years. If I said to you, we're going to sign a football manager and we're going to give him a 10-year contract after Arteta and he's going to win 1 Premier League title, you wouldn't watch the Arsenal huddle ever again. You'd be off your head. You'd be going, this geezer's mad. You're giving me a football manager at Arsenal and you're telling me that we're going to win 1 Premier League title in 10 years. Get out of here. But realistically, if you look at it, if Arteta gets another 3 years on the back of this season, and he wins nothing in those 3 years, he's potentially won 1 FA Cup, 1 Premier League, and a Carabao Cup in 10 years. 1 major in 10 years. I mean, you know. What's this? What was that experiment on playing Madueke on the left? Arteta almost cost us huge points with the starting 11. Yeah, absolutely. He tried to be clever, didn't he? What does that tell you about Martinelli, though? What we've been saying, me and Kenny Ken. What does that tell you about Martinelli starting Madueke on the left? I'm telling you now, Martinelli is not good enough and he's being sold. Manager don't trust him. Ben White's being sold, gone. Skelly's going. Trossard's going. Jesus is going. They're all going. Big up, Lawrence, my friend. Big up. Hope you well, Lawrence. Big up to Lawrence. DJB, how embarrassing that 16-year-old had to carry 10 passengers yesterday in order to get us over the line so we could get 9 points clear of City. Facts, Lawrence. Absolute facts. My original title was not Max 16 to the rescue Starboy. It was £1 billion spent and we've relied on a 16-year-old. That was my original title. And I just thought, well, you know, let's put Max 16 and our new Starboy. Because he is our new Starboy, isn't he? It ain't Saka anymore, is it? Let's be honest. You don't look at Saka in the same way as you do Max Dowman right now. Lots of experience. I've had one and she's 13. I have a feeling Arteta will overthink it and come in the last few games, maybe playing Saka on the 10 and Madueke on the left and Havertz in midfield. There is no tactical adjustment he's ever made in a 6-year. Do you know what? Right, yesterday the game was going nowhere, and he threw Max Dowman on, didn't he? And he put Saka in the 10, which, by the way, he didn't do nothing there either. You know, it wasn't good, was it? Do you know who our most creative midfield player was yesterday? Saliba. He was playing like a playing like a creative midfield player. Go and have a look at the stats on Saliba and how many touches he had, the ball he had. It'd blow your mind. Blow your mind. Saliba was playing like a. He was doing all the things Zubimendi should be doing. I mean, what are we doing here? Seriously. Our players dwell on the ball, not Dowman. Not at the moment he don't dwell on the ball. But the thing is with Max Dowman, he's like a breath of fresh air, isn't he? He comes on 15, 20 minutes to go. He can just do what he likes. But if he's in the starting 11 week in, week out, he won't be able to do that. He won't be allowed to do that. I'll guarantee it. I'll guarantee it. I wouldn't start Dowman in the Champions League Tuesday. I'll bring him on at half-time when players are starting to get tired. But put him right wing with MLS and the 8 Eze. Good shout, Suj. 100%, my friend. 100%. That's a good shout. I don't think I'd start him either. I'd put him on as a bit of a weapon. 100%. Finger red number 1, finger red number 1, finger red number 1, finger red number 1. Oh, Lynch, man. I'd keep Dowman fresh on the bench for 30 minutes for Leverkusen. Facts. Wenger ball was the best. Oh, Wenger back in that, man, was just incredible. That team that he built there was just madness. Jam Boy. Big up, my Jam. Big up the Jam Boy. Big up the Jam Boy. All those that missed the members stream earlier, why? No, only joking. We will have another one. We will have another one. And, yeah. Bournemouth, Burnley, Palace, Fulham are all games that should be 3 points. That leaves Wham City and Geordie's 6 points out of that, and then we're champs. Facts. 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 Long way to go, though. Long way to go. Liverpool are so bad, it's a wonder that Slot hasn't been sacked before Tudor. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, right, the thing is, he won that Premier League in his first season. And if he gets Champions League and wins an FA Cup, you've got to look at it and think, he ain't done bad, has he? 2 seasons at a football club. He wins a Premier League, he gets Champions League and wins an FA Cup. So if you look at those sort of stats, you're thinking the manager hasn't done that bad. However, if he doesn't win the FA Cup, doesn't win the European Cup or gets Champions League, and he starts next season badly, then he could be in trouble. So see where you're coming from. But any football fan, if you said to me, right, we're going to employ someone at your football club, and in your first season you're going to win a Premier League. In the following season, you're not going to win the Premier League, but you're going to win an FA Cup, and you're going to qualify for the Champions League, and possibly Champions League final, semi-final. You'd bite their hand off. It's what he does next season's the one. Big up, Suge. Big up to you, my friend. Imagine this summer, Saliba 80 million, right? Saka 40 million, MLS 35 million, Wanyeri 40 million, Odegaard 50 million, White 35 million, Trossard 15 million. That's 295 million, which will go all on the stadium. And if we end up playing at Wembley, Suge, it'd be even worse, mate. That'd be my worst nightmare. Honestly, that'd be my worst nightmare. I think that wouldn't be a nice summer. I understand that we got to refurbish the stadium. I get that. It's hard, but I do get it. I do get it. Right? I'd be happy if you said to me, Odegaard was going, White was going, Trossard was going. I'd throw Martinelli in with that as well. Yeah. If out of that 295 million, 150 million's being spent on players coming in and the rest on the stadium, I might accept it. But all of it on the stadium without any players coming in, I'll be getting a little bit worried, Suge. Big up to you, my friend. Absolute legend. But it could happen again, Suge. What you're saying is not bat bonkers. It could happen. Could happen. It could easily happen where then players go out the door and we don't really see any players. We've seen it before when the Emirates were getting built. When the Emirates was getting built, we were seeing players go out the door and we weren't really filling their boots, were we? We were getting bits and bobs. Not good enough to play for Arsenal. End and Guna, yeah, they can't rely on them. They're shocking defending. Mate, honestly, where did Spurs get that performance from? Seriously. Super sub Dowman can help us 2-3 trophies. I hope so. Thing is, when Arsenal are in trouble and Dowman does not deliver, yeah, because the thing is with these young players, they do have ups and downs. They do have ups and downs. They have tremendous highs, but they can also have tremendous lows. And it's how they come out of those low spells. Dowman will have lows in his time. Yeah, it's how then he comes out of that. Ollie and Jerry stuff, DJB. There's no stopping us. Stopping. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. See? Little song. There are moments you want to see. The youngster did well to put the ball away, especially with Everton players bearing down on him. Yeah, brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. You've seen it though, haven't you? You've had a baller you've had many ballers at West Ham. I've only got to say one person, and you'll know. Your Max Dowman was Joe Cole. That's all I'm saying. Any West Ham fan, Joe Cole was immense. Joe Cole, Max Dowman. Do you know what, though? I'm going to be honest with you. That's who I'm comparing him to. I was trying to think the other day, right? Who can I compare Max Dowman to that most of the chat would know, or their era? You know? Because I'm an old git, as you know, so I can go back years. But if you watch Joe Cole and watch Max Dowman, it's probably about the closest I can get to. But Jose Mourinho killed Joe Cole not because he was a bad manager at Chelsea and the wonderful things he done. It's because the tactics he played did not suit him. And that is my worry with Max Dowman under Arteta. But Hammers, if you're still in the chat, and you're no disrespect, you probably see Joe Cole burst on the scene at West Ham, and all the West Ham fans were probably having the same buzz as what we are over Max Dowman. That's not going. I'll tell you what. One thing though, I've seen Saka come through as a young player, and I've seen Max Dowman obviously come through as a young player. And out the two of them, I'll say that Max Dowman has probably got that something extra that takes you from being a very, very good player to being a world-class player. And I just think Max Dowman's got that little bit extra. Those not going to Wembley and are in and around London, then come. Here you go. There's your invite. Come over to the Barrington Bar in Barnet to watch the Carabao Cup final. Right, guys, let's go. Come on. If you're not going to Wembley, get down to the 3Bs, the Barrington Bar in Barnet. It's going to be rocking. Hendon Gooner's going to be there. Carabao Cup final. Get yourself down to the Barrington Bar in Barnet, the 3Bs, to watch the Carabao Cup final. I'll tell you what, right, Hendon, if I weren't going to Wembley, I would have been down there. Seriously. Seriously. It will be bittersweet title, as I'll be delighted we have another league, but heartbroken we've won it under this scrub. Couldn't have said it better, Darren. Could not have said it better. Could not have said it better. But it is what it is. I'll enjoy it because it's Arsenal. I won't be celebrating the league because of Arteta. Arteta ready to sign another 6-year contract in the summer. There you go. I reckon he'll be a 3 or 4 years, definitely, 100%. DJB Arsenal, and looking at the game yesterday, don't know if you think the same. Until Pickford did the madness with the first goal, then leaving his goal exposed with the second, it was a poor game. Spot on, Hammers. Said it from the start. I said it at the start of the stream. You take Pickford's madness where he's tried to come out. I don't know what he was doing, right? If he stays on his line for that cross, that goal doesn't happen, right? And then if that goal doesn't happen, that's a 0-0. So he wouldn't have come up for the corner anyway, right? And if you take the Max Dowman thing off at the end of the game and all that euphoria, it was crap. But Arsenal have been playing like it. We've been playing like it. He kicked the ball in the empty net with a keeper, and comparing him with Rooney, beat Seaman with a wonder goal. Yeah, I know. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Can't compare him with Rooney yet. He's got a long way to go yet before you compare him with Rooney. See, this is what I do not want us to do as Arsenal fans. and I know the chat in this won't do it. I don't mean what I've got in my chat right now. But as Arsenal fans, I don't want us to start disrespecting goals from the Gareth Bales and the Rooneys, the Owens, and all of these men. Yeah, because he's not there yet. He's just burst onto the scene. Give him time. Give him time. Yeah. You know, what Rooney was doing at 16 was crazy. And what Rooney went on to achieve was even more mad. So let's give him time. Indeed, Hammers, football, I was poor performance from Arsenal again. Unsustainable. It is next season, without a doubt. Yeah. Julius, IS751. Big up to you, my friend. Good evening, DJB. Hope you're really well, my friend. Yeah, all good, my friend. Big up to you. 9 points clear. City have a game in hand, and also they play you. It's not over yet. You can easily drop points. Exactly. As I said, I've had 2 feet on the ground. After yesterday, I've only got 1. But it's still there. I've still got that until it's mathematically done. Yeah, always. Weird behaviour from Arsenal fans. It's Arsenal fans. This is why we're hated as a football club. Not because of the football, not because of the stadium, not because of the players, because of the fans. That's why no one wants Arsenal to win anything. Because the fans are unbearable. They're unbearable for me. And I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm just a realistic Arsenal fan. And by being realistic, I see things as they are. I'm open-minded. I'm realistic. Yeah, we should win the league. But I'm realistic to the fact that it's football and anything can happen. I'm realistic that confidence plays a big part. If we lose on Tuesday and lose on Sunday, 2 major games, that could have an effect going into the league games. So you take that with a couple of injuries as well, anything can happen. Yeah, 100%. Until Pickford done that, it was a 0-0 all over. 0-0 all over. It's like cooking chicken. You overcook it, it goes fucking dry, just like the style of play we have. Yeah, exactly, Nicholas. I want us to play better than that next season, though. Honestly, I do want to see some good football next season. I really do. People gassing Martinelli because he made a block for damn. Oh, mate, I know. Seriously. Martinelli produces not much at all. I would not lose sleep if Martinelli left this football club. Saka is not happy tonight being a shadow of Max. No, he probably ain't. He's not Starboy anymore, is he? He's not Starboy anymore, but I don't think he'd be too bothered on 300 grand a week, do you? Tony Hammer's Football TV. I had an order for a coffee in the pub to stay awake watching the match. Oh, dear, man. Saliba is a quarterback. Yeah, exactly. He was our most creative player. Midfield maestro, Saliba. Hendon, funnily enough, he quit everything but cocaine. DJB, given this manager's track record, Damon could be loaned out to get experience. Thought of this of any? He could easily be loaned out. He'd be mad to loan him out. Seriously. But I wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past him. Gorkarez has tons left in the tank. Come on, you Gunners. Oh, he has loads left, Lynch. Loads left in the tank. Let's just hope he can score more goals. I just want him in front of goal. I don't want him anywhere else, Lynch. I want to pick Gorkarez up and go, there's the penalty box. You stay there. Don't start running to the left or to the right or coming deep because you're controlling your pass. Your passing skills and your control is absolutely woeful. But you can score goals. That's good enough for me. Just stay on the box. Stay in the box. We'll bring Dowman on to supply the crosses. You stay in the box. I like Gorkarez prone. I like Gorkarez. 18 GA already. Exactly. I like Gorkarez. He's doing fine. He's scoring goals. That's all I want him to do. He can't do anything else, so I just want him scoring goals. Cup save careers as evidenced by Arteta. Black's Crow, yeah, it's going to save his career. Definitely. 100%. He knew this was a big season. If he didn't win anything this season, he's gone. But I don't want him here longer than necessary. I think, as I said, I think we will lose that will of elite managers and we'll be back to square one again. As I said, I remember when Wenger was coming to an end and I was going, go get Jurgen Klopp, go get Klopp, go get this one, go get that one. There was all these managers flying around. Conte, I think, was going around as well. Jurgen Klopp, I'm going, go get them, go on, go. Right. Go get Klopp, and he ended up at Liverpool, and we ended up with Arteta, and it was a 6-year project, £1 billion spent, suffering. I don't want that position. I don't want to be in that position again. I understand that if he wins silverware and he wins the title, I understand it. I get it that he's going to be given time to see what he can do next season. But beyond that, I don't want it. Nobody is paying 50 million for Odegaard. Be lucky to get 20 million. Oh, Endon, they'll pay it. They'll pay it. They'll pay it. I've said this about Martin Odegaard, right? He could be one of them players that come back to haunt you. You know, them players that have just fallen off and that the fans have really turned against. Yeah. And then he signs for like your rivals, like a Man United or a Liverpool or something like that. And he comes back and slaps one in top corner. That could be Odegaard. He's going Man United, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Odegaard is going Man United next season. Prime, you need a jersey with camel toe. Big up, Jam Boy. Don't forget the retro show is on Tuesday. Shane is doing the rounds. He's hosting. It's 8-all. I'm going to do a Max Dowman on him Tuesday, boys. Don't you worry about that. I'm coming off the bench and doing all sorts to him Tuesday. Jam Boy, my brother, where was you today on the members? Missed you, G. He was on. Oh, no, Jam Boy weren't on. No, Jam Boy didn't come on the members stream. Jam Boy was busy doing Mother's Day stuff. He was probably, I'll tell you what Jam Boy was doing. He was baking cakes. That's what he was doing. He said, F you, DJB. I'm not going on the members stream. I'm too busy baking cakes. I'm too busy making cupcakes. Good night, Hendon Gooner. Good night, Hendon. Big up, my friend. 100%. Hendon Gooner, legend. Big up. Ain't no stopping Max now. He's on the loose. That's the song. That's the mingle, isn't it? I'll play it on the mingle. J-Lux, I didn't even realise there were a member stream. I was downloading some tunes. What's the matter? He was posted on there. Notifications should be turned on, Jam Boy. I hope you posted some good tunes. None of that talking rubbish, that rap stuff that talks. Attitude music. I hope it was good stuff, Jam Boy. The Rio at Liverpool is going to be a start. Yeah, I think he is. A good player. I was impressed with him. Good player is Rio. Good shout, DJB. Cole was quality. Thanks, Hammers. Thanks, brother. Joe Cole was brilliant player. Brilliant player. And he had the same heads turning as Max Dowman did when he burst on the scene. When Joe Cole burst on the scene, everyone was like, whoa, who is this guy? Who is this kid? Do you know what? Right, Joe Cole is probably the when I I always put my little underrated and overrated players in. Yeah, I would say Joe Cole in the grand scheme of things. People like Rio Ferdinand and all of that say that Joe Cole's one of the best players they've ever seen, right? But around that sort of era, kind of outside that circle, people don't recognise Joe Cole of how good he was. And I just think, on the whole, across Europe and football, he was probably underrated. He was probably one of the most underrated players in this country's ever seen. Dowman is much better than Saka, was it, even at 18? Yeah. But Jordan Ibe was 2. Yeah. Another one. That's good shout, DJB. Joe Cole and Max are similar. They are very similar. Very similar. Very similar. As I said, I was trying to rack my brains the other day, trying to make him thinking, like, who have I seen in recent times that I can compare him to that has had that same effect bursting onto the scene? And it's Joe Cole. And probably Michael Owen. I know it's a slightly different position, but the way he glides past players, his first touch, yeah. The way he runs with pace with the ball, similar to Michael Owen as well. I believe Jose ruined Ashley Cole as well as attacking left back. He did. He did. He ruined Joe Cole's career. 100%. 100%. Not, as I said, not because he was a bad manager. Because when that Chelsea team that he had under Lampard and all that was just like brilliant. Brilliant. He just didn't suit the way he played. And that's that's my fear with Arteta. My fear with Arteta and Max Dowman is that you might not see the best out of Max Dowman long term because tactically the way the manager plays might not suit Max Dowman. Tomorrow is Brentford against Wolves. Yeah, 8 o'clock, isn't it? Brentford Wolves. Worth a watch. I like Brentford. They've got an outside chance of Europe, haven't they, Brentford? So you got to take your hats off to Brentford. I think on the whole, they were the better team in the FA Cup the other night against West Ham, especially the second half and probably most of the extra time. But I mean, that's got to be one of the stories of the season, isn't it? Brentford. You know, they lost Wissa, they lost Mbeumo, they lost their captain, they lost their manager. They was everyone's tip to get relegated. I mean, hats off to them. And they play some good football as well. They play some really good football. Me too, I don't care, but I like Gorkarez to bang in some. Yeah. Just use him for what he does, and that's score goals. I'm now on the side of Gorkarez where I don't look at him and expect anything else but scoring goals. He can't pass. He hasn't really got a good first touch. He lacks a lot of quality in what he does with a football, but he scores goals. And that's all you want. There you go. You operate around the penalty box and we'll find a way to find you to score goals. That's all that needs to happen to Gorkarez. Ashley Cole was so good, seriously. Ashley Cole was probably one of the best left backs in the Premier League period. He was unreal. Unreal. So good. I didn't jump on the bandwagon when he went to Chelsea. I didn't blame him to go into Chelsea. He needed that move at the time. He was too good a player not to win nothing. Joe Cole and Damien Duff was on a terror. Yeah. Yeah. Duffy was a good player when he came on, wasn't he? Jamboy, you could do a baking stream. There you go, Prome. You just give him another idea, haven't you? Yeah. Mixing with Jamboy. Mixing with Jamboy. We've even got your title sorted out. Look, mixing with Jamboy. Yeah. Because when you do cakes, you got to mix. When you do music, you got to mix. Mixing with Jamboy. So you've got your decks and your cakes. Sorted, Jamboy. We'll take 20% commission, me and Prome. All right. Quadri, exactly, mate. Everyone can cry about it, but at the end of the day, we will be laughing if we win the league and the others. Yeah. Exactly. Etc. Laugh out loud. Mixing with Jamboy. Come on. Night all. Good night, Binks. Bless you, my friend. Bless up the Binks. Thank you for joining me on the member stream that was earlier. Good night, Binks. Your careers is the Roberto Bigger type striker. Yeah. Bettiger. Yeah, he was a weird one. Bettiger. Again, he didn't have much. He weren't very techie, was he? But could score. Good night to Binks as well. Jamboy bolted again, DJ. Where's he gone? Where's he gone now? Where's the Jamboy gone again? He's gone, isn't he? He flits in and flits out. Yeah. He's like Odegaard, isn't he? Considering doing a Metline pub crawl on Sunday, Swallow Hillingdon out at Wembley Park, sample the atmosphere, then Finsbury Park. Yeah, be all right, Darren. Get the atmosphere going. Good idea, mate. Good idea. I wish I could get you a ticket, brother. I really do. You know. Heading out on the road, DJB. Be back in a few. We'll leave this running. Darren, you go, brother. Listen, if I'm gone by the time you get back, big up for you for joining as always, my friend. As always, it ain't going to be a 3 hour tonight, mind you. We've done 2 hours and 2 minutes, but I've got an early start tomorrow. I've got to get my car into the dreaded service tomorrow, man. It's one of them bills that you just don't want to face, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's got to go in for a full major service, and it's just like, yeah, you just know I'm going to get hit with a bill big time. It's one of them that I don't want to, but I've got to look after my car. Cars are too expensive to buy, and I can't be doing leasing and all that malarkey. Ammers Football, great show, DJ Beadle. Good chatting with you in the chat. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good week. And you, Ammers, my friend, big up to West Ham. May they hope they survive. And what we'll do, Ammers, we'll see you in the FA Cup final. We'll see you in I did predict an Arsenal-West Ham semi-final, but do you know what? I'm going to predict an Arsenal and West Ham final. Because I remember a year when West Ham beat us, and I was there, and I cried my eyes out that day because I had to go back to a West Ham world. I had to go back to school full of West Ham fans, and I knew it weren't going to be nice. Yeah. So I'm predicting a West Ham Arsenal Cup final. There you go. Big up to you, my friend. Good night, brother. Arsenal almost robbed. Was Havertz fouled in the first half? What, for the penalty? It was one of them for me. Do you know what, right? Again, I'm not being biased because you know me, guys. I'll call, if it weren't a penalty, I'll say it weren't a penalty. I'll call it as it is. But if I was just to look at it from a referee, football, attacker, even if Havertz was playing for Chelsea right now, and I saw that yesterday, I think it was a pen. I'm going to go, it should have been a penalty. It should have been a penalty. For me, that was a penalty. It was a penalty, 100%. I always get jealous when you guys are going to bed because my day has just started at work having my morning tea. Nicholas, don't you work too hard, brother. Don't work too hard. All right. Yeah, we're all going to go get some serious shut eye, but you've got to go off to bed. I know you have. Your day is just starting. Yeah. But yeah, enjoy your cup of tea. Thanks for joining us. They're still doing the servicing at Larder Reavers, DJP. No, it's not a larder. It's not a larder. No. It's only a Ford, mate. Affordable Ford. Ford, a good old Ford. But they still charge enough, don't they? They still charge. Great show. Thanks, brother. Good night, Tom, as always. Night, Gavin. Big up, Tony. Night, Tony. Darren, I heard Chelsea did a fraudulent huddle with the. Did you see that? That was bizarre, wasn't it? That was absolute. Why didn't the ref just stop it and get out the huddle? Why did they? What was it? I thought it was an AI thing or something. I didn't even think it was real. That for me was stupid. That's just how low football's come, isn't it? Where's the captain of Chelsea to turn around and go to the ref? Hang on, ref. Sorry, mate. Can you just can you let the ref out? Can you just unlink arms and let the referee out? Why are they doing it in the centre circle anyway? The manager's weird, though, isn't he? The Chelsea manager's a bit weird, isn't he? It's probably a penalty, but somehow he was shoving his hand in Keane's face at the same time. Yeah, I saw that, but they all do that to try and fend off the striker, don't they? But, you know, I think it was a penalty. From just looking from the outside in, I just think it was a penalty. PGML against us. We'll be hearing from these. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not down that road. I'm not going down that road. Oh, they're against us. It's robbery. We were robbed. We were scammed. We were this. We were that. No, I'm not going down that road. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. What I thought. I just thought it was a penalty personally. Yeah. Big up the Lynch. Chelsea should be charged for that. Yeah, crazy. I don't know whether it's the Chelsea or whether it's the ref. What's the referee doing in there? Why didn't the referee just sort of say, look, lads, sorry, but can you let me out? I mean, what's he doing standing there? That was bizarre, Darren. That was crazy. He's not in my huddle, is he? That's the main thing. He's not in this huddle. Yeah, I've only got the legends in this huddle. None of that refereeing malarkey. Only the Arsenal legends are in that huddle. And we do let other fans in as well. We do let other fans in as well because they're decent fans. Last one for me, Liam Rosinia saying the huddle was the respect the ball and DJB Arsenal huddle. What a load of cobblers. Absolutely. What an absolute moron. I'm not a lover of that Chelsea manager, you know. I'm really not. I don't like his personality much. He thinks he's the business, doesn't he? We've been on the right side of the refs this season. We've had a lot of decisions go for us this season. Can't blame the refs. Rossini has said his players decided to do it to separate him Palmer out his hand in the ref during the huddle. I know. Honestly, Darren, stupid, absolutely stupid. Don't understand it. Hammer must be something in the Chelsea. Walter, remember Hoddle and the shenanigans? Yeah. That all cost him his job, didn't it? That was weird with Glenn Hoddle that time, wasn't it? It's weird from Chelsea. Ref didn't squeeze himself into the huddle. They purposely hugged him. Oh no, it's just crazy. I've never seen it. Seniors are wrong, and he's just, I don't know with him. He's just a bit. He hasn't done terrible with that Chelsea team, has he? I'll give him that. But I don't know. He's just, I don't know. I don't know. Normski don't like him. I know that for a fact. Big up Normski. Normski can't stand him. He'd sooner Arteta than him, I think. Rossini is a proper white sneaker fraud to succeed Amorim. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Here's a question, right, before we wrap. Yeah. Does Carrick deserve does he deserve a contract at Man United? Or is it a case of oh, come on, what's his name? He's right on the tip of my tongue. Have I forgotten him? The last manager that was your striker that played in the treble Waha. Ollie. That's it, yeah. Right? Yeah? Is Carrick another Ollie gone to Solskjaer? Where he'll get a 3-year deal and then it'll all go sideways? Or is Carrick different to Ollie? Would you give him it? Do you know what I mean? Carrick is better. Yeah, I think so. I'm telling you now, if Carrick don't get a contract at Man United, he's definitely walking into another job somewhere. Do you know where he could end up? He could end up at Crystal Palace. He could end up at Crystal Palace if they don't give him another contract. Palace will take him all day long. All day long. I think he'll do better than Ollie. Definitely. I rate Carrick. There was a lot of clubs that wanted him, you know. And do you know what I like about Carrick? He's a bit old school, isn't he? The way he comes across, the way he talks. You kind of adhere to him, don't you? You go like, he's a good bloke, isn't he? He looks like a good bloke, you know. He's not cocksure. He's not above himself. He's just an ordinary guy. He's just an ordinary manager doing a job. And you can tell the Man United players have warmed to that. I mean, look what he's done to Bruno Fernandes. He's playing like a proper player now, you know. I mean, they're all on board with him, aren't they? He could go to Newcastle. Yeah, he could go to Newcastle, West Ham. I think Nuno will stay at West Ham if he keeps him up, and I think he should do. I think he's a good manager. You know. Speaking of Cole, imagine him, Lamps, Carrick stayed at West Ham. Oh yeah, they had proper players at West Ham. They had Carrick, Lampard, Cole. Yeah. Rio Ferdinand. The striker up front that went to Tottenham. Yeah. They had some proper players. You know, Carrick's not going to come out with bollocks. Exactly. He's old school, isn't he? Carrick, the man they called Van Persie, a squad player. Do you know what, right? If Carrick goes down the Defoe, that's it. Jermaine Defoe, they had him as well. They had Defoe. They had them all at West Ham. Their academies produced some ballers, real players. Carrick, the man they called Van Persie, he's a squad player. Yeah. Do you know what, right? If Carrick does well at Man United, let's say what, 3 years, let's say 4 or 5 years, Carrick does well at Man United, or he does well wherever he goes. He's another candidate for the England job, isn't he? He's definitely another candidate for the England job. Eddie Howe for me should be the next England manager. Definitely. I think Eddie Howe would suit England manager. Trouble is, this FA won't go for it, will they? They won't go for it. John Terry as well. Yeah, another West Ham boy. I can see them winning the league next year. Declan Rice, although he originally started at Chelsea, but earned most of his stuff at West Ham, didn't he? Eddie Howe Sully would definitely be a good England manager. Lee Bowyer, yeah, another one. Yeah. Yeah. Ferdinand, yeah, they've had some ballers, man. They've had some ballers. Yeah. Even Spurs, they've had some top quality players as well, haven't they, over the years, Spurs? You know, they've had some good players. Gazza, Lineker, Klinsmann, Ginola, you know, Glenn Hoddle. Crazy players. It's weird, isn't it, how it all turns out? It's weird how it all turns out, you know? But for me, player of the season at Arsenal, Gabby Magalhaes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Gabby Magalhaes, Modric they had at Spurs, yeah. Modric, what a player. Is it true Eddie Howe is Don? Yeah, it is. Don Howe's son. Yep. Yep. The great Don Howe. Yep. 100%. Saka can leave now. Do you know what, Michael? Right. I'll give Saka. I said this before. The only reason why I'm giving Saka the benefit of the doubt is because of what he's done at Arsenal. He carried the team. He deserves another season. If he's still playing like this next season, then get rid of him. Simple as that. Get rid of him. Yeah. Just like the manager. Probably deserves another season if he wins trophies. But then after that, you know, I don't want him to outstay his welcome. I watched a game the other night. Hoddle ran the West German team. Oh, mate, he was a player, man. Glenn Hoddle was an absolute wonderful player. Wonderful player. We need to wait to see Eddie Howe's head go bald. Won't be long. Saka's body language seems arrogant to me. It's funny how he's changed, isn't it? Isn't it funny what fame does to certain people? He struts around now. He's lost that little cheeky, chappy kind of lovable kid, isn't he? He's now like, I'm the big I am now. Yeah, he's the main man. He's the kingpin. Be interesting to see how he does in the World Cup, because he'll go to the World Cup. He'll get picked for England. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he plays. He ain't going to get it. He's got a World Cup coming up. He ain't getting 6 months. Nor is Declan Rice, which is even more worrying. Declan Rice is going to go to the World Cup. He's hardly getting any. If England go deep in the World Cup, because let's be honest, we never play anyone with any pedigree until we get to the quarterfinals. So they're going to be deep into the World Cup. So by the time they come back, it's going to be July. They're back in pre-season training 2 weeks later. So Declan Rice, Saka and Saliba and all of them, they're getting no rest time at all. None. DJB, would you take? Yes, 100%. 100% I'll take Bruno Fernandes. 100%. 100%. Honestly think Saka. See, Bruno Fernandes, Martin Odegaard should be our Bruno Fernandes. And he ain't. I think Saka could lose his place. He could do, but who's going to take it? Jared Bowen? Has he done enough? I don't know. Who's going to take Saka's place for England? Noni Madueke? No, I think he starts, Darren, to be honest. I think he starts. Do you know what? He'll probably ball out for England. He'll probably ball out under Tuchel because it's a different style of play. So we'll have to wait and see. Darren, good shout, 100%. He's a free agent in the summer. Oh, Bruno, go get him. Go get him. They need to sign him, mate. I'm telling you, they need to sign him down. Telling that it's going to be a big season. Going to be a big season for Man United next season. Yeah. Portugal will do well. There'd be a force in the World Cup. Not massively, but Portugal are a team you don't want to meet, aren't they? They're not a team that you want to face. People love to shit on Bruno, but I rate him. I rate him as well. I rate him. When he's on form like he is now, he's a good player. He's a good player. It was very, very hard, though, wasn't it? Under Amorim and all of that. Yeah. Vitinha, all day long. I'd have Vitinha. We could have signed Vitinha. This is another thing with this manager, what people are forgetting with all the euphoria of winning the league and all of that. They forget about the crap players that he signed under the clown Edu. We could have got Vitinha and he went and got Vieira. And we could have got Vitinha. That was like when Wenger signed Xhaka and we should have got Kante. I'll never forgive Wenger for that. Fabio Vieira over Vitinha. Exactly, Lux. You know it happened. Big time it happened. Portugal, golden generation, and we got the worst Portuguese ones. Exactly. Portugal are going to do well in the World Cup. They'll do all right. They will do all right. Brazil fallen off of a cliff. Sad, isn't it? Sad. For me, right, you know, like I say, the Man United, it's a healthy Premier League when there's a good Man United in it, because it makes everyone play better, right? And it makes it more competitive. For me, a World Cup without an informed Brazil or an Italy is just not a World Cup for me. You know? I mean, Italian football's really in the doldrums at the moment, isn't it? And I used to watch it all the time. Pedri is a baller. Yeah, Pedri's a great player. Yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff, guys. What a Sunday sit back. Absolutely brilliant again, guys. Thank you all for joining me. Do me a favour, can you please smash a like? Who's live right now, people? Who's live right now? Let's have a look. Who's live right now? Then we can go and raid. Big up to every single one of you that's been in. All of your comments. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you. From honestly, so appreciated, guys. Yeah, it's your show as well as mine. Darren, big up to you, my friend, as always. Take care, DJB Wahab. And you, Wahab, take care of the assembled. Ruiz or Marino is a pattern saving money. Rodrigo, Semenyo or Noni. Yeah. It's a pattern, saving money. Rodrigo, Semenyo, exactly. It is about saving money, but there comes a point when you've got to sign the best to keep being the best. That's the problem. Thanks for a great show, Prone. Thanks for all your support, guys. No, listen, I'll put it on, but it's all our show, people. Without you guys, it wouldn't be a show. So big up to every single one of you. Smash a like. Make sure you sub. If you haven't subbed, you've come across the huddle for the first time and thought, what is this? Have a sub and see. Sub and see. Till next time. My next live stream, I will be on the Lee show tomorrow, and I'll be the OGs if Aaron's around. Tuesday, the old school show, and the retro show with Shane. My next live show will be obviously the Mingle. Wednesday. Oh, Tuesday. No, there might not be the retro show. Champions League. I'm going to the Emirates, so I'll be at the Emirates. So the retro show will be the following Tuesday. Sorry, people. Yeah, my next show will be the Mingle on Wednesday. Me and Numsky, midweek Mingle. Come and join us, people. Come and join us. Good fun. Good fun. Anyway, people, thank you very much. I don't know who's live. Let's have a look who's live. This is where I freeze, so I'm sorry if I freeze. Who's live? Let's have a look. Who's live? Who's live? Come on, there's got to be someone live. Who's live? Gooner TV. Talksport. Football Heritage. Sarcasm TV. Dom Hussein. Jester. Right. Right, there's no one really live, people, is there? From no. Big up, Tyrell. How you doing, my friend? Big up to you, my friend. How you going? Football Heritage, Sava. Yeah, go and give Sark and Sarks is live as well. Yeah, big up, Tyrell. Tyrell, we were saying earlier in the stream, bruv, you missed it. Take away the Max Dowman show. It was a pretty poor performance, but we'll take it. 9 points clear. Right. Let's have a look, people. 1 sec. Let's go. Let's go and raid. Let's go and raid. If I've frozen, I apologise. I'm still here. We're going to go and raid. Right, we're going to go and raid the Football Heritage, people. Yeah, give Sava some love. Go raid Sava, the Football Heritage. If you do go over there to listen to what he's saying gritty Spurs gets a point. Gritty Spurs. They were gritty. Liverpool are crap, but they were gritty, yeah. Disappointed with Liverpool this season, people. Yeah, but come on, you Gunners. Big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me. Bless, love, all of that stuff. Go show Sava some love and say DJB, DJB Arsenal Champions raid. Big up to every single one of you people. And I'll see you on the streams around. And my next live stream is the Mingle on Wednesday. Let's have a mingle. Thank you very much. Take care, people. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We're gone.